Good afternoon. On Monday, the sports world was saddened at the news of the death of Don Shula at the age of 90. Shula was the legendary coach of the Miami Dolphins and was the coach with the most wins in the National Football League, some 347 games. During his 25 years, he was successful as a leader of the young men around him. If there was ever a Mount Rushmore of the leaders of men, Don Shula would have had to have been there. The Miami Dolphins won Super Bowl championships in the years of 1972 and 1973. In fact, his 1972 team went undefeated. You may not know this, but fact, Don Shula was once an assistant coach for the University of Kentucky. The head coach at the time was Blanton Collier, a native of our close-by town of Paris, Kentucky. Anna and I moved to Paris in the year of 1972, and one of my favorite ladies in my congregation was a sweet lady by the name of Miss Polly Arnsbarger, whose son Bill Arnsbarger was an assistant coach at UK while Don Shula was there. When Shula was hired as the head coach of the Dolphins, he brought Arnsbarger with him to Miami to head up his famous no-name defense. I had many visits with Miss Polly during my years in Paris. She could talk football better than any man I ever knew. And I still recall one of the saddest pastoral visits I ever had to make was when in mid-season her son Bill was fired as the head coach of the New York Giants after he left the Dolphins. But guess what? Shula rehired his old friend Bill Arnsbarger immediately and brought him back to the Dolphins. True friendships are based upon this virtue of loyalty. Many stories were told of Don Shula, but none better than this one. Shula was having trouble one year with players staying out after curfew. At an away game in Chicago, he decided to address the problem. Around 10 o'clock one night before the next day's game, he went down to the lobby carrying a football. He told the valet there, if any of my players come in after 12 o'clock, act excited and ask them for their autograph. The next morning, the valet returned the football to Shula, who then carried it onto the team's bus as they headed for the stadium. He got all of his players' attention and then held up the ball and read the names on it. There were 8 to 10 names. He read the names slowly, and then he announced, if I have read your name on this football, you will not play in the first half. And I think you know why. It had to do with last night. Problem solved. I guess all of us need to be careful what we sign up for in life. I have some ideas to share with you for a moment. I want you to sign up to stop at the end of the day and think of 3 things that you are most grateful for. I want you to sign up to smile at somebody you love, to enjoy the playful antics of a puppy, or to appreciate nature's artistry in the song of birds. I want you to cherish the beauty of a spring sunset or the fragrance of flowers as they come forth. I want you to sign up to contact by phone a friend, a neighbor, a family member. I want you to sign up and ask them how they're feeling that day or what they may have need of. I want you to sign up to express compassion and gratitude for frontline healthcare workers and essential employees. I want you to sign up to keep going, even in spite of, never to give in, never to give up, or never to give out. And I want you in this time of challenge, this time of change, to allow hope to blossom in your heart like a wild rose. In the words of Coach Shula, I don't know any better way to lead but by example. I challenge you this day, be that example of taking hope and sharing hope in this trying time. After all, there's no danger of you and I staying up too late at nights and coming home, because we're always home early. or even we're home all day. But let's make the most of that day. Be safe and have a nice day.